Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Ethan Drew. Another reaction and analysis video. Another epic video as well. We're going to be finishing up the Ocean Saga today with Keep Your Friends Close and Ruthlessness. It's a two-part series in this video, so the way I've been doing these for those that are just catching up, I tend to do these in batches with the Epic the Musical just due to how big the series is. And yeah, we're getting ready to jump right into it, and I'll go into who I am, what I do here on YouTube after the video and after the reaction, just so that way you can just dive right into it. So without further ado, let's see what Vorhe and his crew have for us for the next two songs, starting off with Keep Your Friends Close. And as a reminder for those that are also just now joining, I stopped to talk about the music quite a bit in this series of videos that I do here on the channel. If you don't like that, then I would suggest you just listen to the original without my ramblings, because my whole spiel here on YouTube is music and educating those said viewers on music. Occasionally I will talk about the animatics and what's happening in the story, but far and away the most amount of talking is going to be done about the music. Here we go. Very nice flute here.
Great wind god, Aeolus, I don't know if you...
Okay, so we're picking up right here when they find what appears to be the Sky City, and I have been reliably informed that that was actually a mistake, but it was left in because it's still creative. The fact that the city was floating, it was actually not supposed to be floating, but it's really cool to see someone make something of a mistake and just roll with it anyways. I love seeing it when that happens, and it just shows true craftsmanship with whatever you're doing. If you screw up, own it. If you own it and then you just keep on rolling as if it never happened, or you just make something good out of it, you got my respect.
You know this, but our path to home is blocked by an impenetrable storm.
We've got a harp.
I ask for your assistance, so we at last can go
multiple
the
flutes.
distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Yes. So we got the wind chime. Love that, because I don't think that's used often enough in music, if you ask me. It's a really nice thing to use to get some really nice effects out of your listeners whenever you're listening. Whenever you use the wind chime. Wish people would use it more.
Journey home.
I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to stay burning. Let's play a game.
I love this rhythmic
That's
kick.
what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here at this bag.
I really like this. I really like this lady's voice. Is this Tegan Early? Pretty sure this is Tegan Early.
It has the winds of the storm all trapped. All you gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag, then you gotta say no, sir. Sometimes killing is a must.
What?
'Cause
That is oh, what kind of drum is that? Hold on. Or is it even a drum? To me it sounds like one, but it's like a really high, tight-headed drum. Hold on, let's listen to this again. Maybe some rim clacks or drumstick clacks as well.
Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta...
Okay, that sounds like a really tight drum head. I can't quite tell what kind of drum it is, but it's just a really cool choice to maintain this rhythm. You got this boom, boom. Of course, you got the really sick kick beat as is right here.
Easy, what's the catch?
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get...
And then you got this like really cool rhythmic percussion kicking in after that kick drum. It's like it's almost taking the place of a bit of a hi-hat kind of percussive effect, and instead of taking on the form of just some other drum, I don't know what it is, but I love it. Very creative. I like the personification of these little floating guys too. Got this really cool nasally frontal sound to it. And it's a bit of a nasal sound, and it's also got like a little bit of widening at the mouth whenever they sing it. And in order to achieve that kind of sound, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to put the sound a little bit up here, a little bit more towards your nasal palate, and then you stretch your mouth out wider like this. It sounds a little bit whinier and grindier. It almost sounds like SpongeBob in a way, if you've ever seen that TV show. I'm not actually trying to do an impression here, but that's more or less how you achieve the kind of sound that these little doodads are singing.
Too easy, what's the catch?
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta say no, sir. Sometimes killing is a must.
What?
Cause the end always justifies the means. Friends turn to foes in rivalry. So keep your friends close and your enemies
love
closer.
every part of
Never really
this.
know who you can trust. Never really know who you can trust.
Ooh, okay, we gotta
Captain,
change
what's
here.
happening? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
It's treasure.
What?
Bye-bye.
Oh, another transition? Okay. Let's see where this goes.
Captain,
Back on the
what's
boat.
happening? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
It's treasure.
There's the little doodads again.
Bye-bye.
Open
Bye-bye.
the bag. Let's see what you got. No, do not. Everybody listen closely. See how this bag is closed. That's how it's supposed to be. This bag has the storm inside. We cannot let the treasure rumor fly. We'll try.
That was a bit of a really nice chord transition there.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
I love the echoing background vocals too.
Sometimes singing is a must.
Cause the end always justifies the means.
So like this is kind of like a hype kind of beat, but it's just more of like a flowing style of music, right? It's pretty simple, but yet like you can't help but to bob your head along to it because it's just one of those musical things where you're sitting there listening to it and you're just like and you can't help it, but it's just grooving enough and moving along enough that you can bob your head to it, but it's not abrupt and really driving hard like a song kind of like I would say a good comparison would be Seven Nation Army. That song is one of those songs where it's like really hard. It's like a really hard beat and it's driving, but this is like somewhere in between a nice peaceful flute solo group-esque kind of thing, and you got this nice cool driving beat, and you kind of mesh them together, and then you get this. It's really unique. I've not heard anything like this before, but very, very creative.
Everything's changed since politics, so
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
never really know who you can trust.
Really know who you can trust.
For 9 days I've stayed wide awake,
Back to
trying
the
to make
guitar.
it home with no storm or tidal wave. I remain unopposed, the bag is still closed, and I'm getting closer to you. I can't wait to
Penelope,
make some
okay.
new memories. Time for me to be the father I never was. Just keep your eyes open. Why are my eyes and my heart and my soul so heavy? Just keep your
Love these chords.
I keep on
My eyes
trying
are closed
to
'cause I'm
embrace
just
you
listening
both.
to
Why
it.
won't you let
Focusing on
me
it.
hear? So much has changed, but I'm the same. Yes, I'm the same. Just keep your eyes open.
That's a B flat four there.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up. Oh, okay. So this we got a female voice calling him.
Keep your eyes open.
Wake up. Wake up! Odysseus, they're opening the bag! Wake up!
He's woke. Oh
Keep your
crap.
friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust. Where's the storm taking us?
I said to keep the bag closed, but you were compliant. If I had to guess, you're headed to the land of the giants.
Oh boy, that's not good. You got this.
Help me close the bag! But sir, it's too...
You got an intense moment here. Of course, they just opened the bag, and obviously they said not to. Okay, so what we got going on here is a little bit more fantasy-esque style music, where it's like it's a little bit more driven than it once was, right? Of course, you got this really cool little flowy, slightly punchy section at the beginning. Then it turns into like this little bit more frantic style of fantasy music, where you get like these woodwinds, these strings, and doing a really good job of setting the tone for what just happened and what's getting ready to happen in the next song.
Hey, we can save whatever wind is left to use another day. Come on!
You have to shut the bag ASAP. Love these war drums.
Odysseus of Ithaca!
Who's calling him?
know who I am?
Probably not. All right, let's move on to the next one. So I will see you in a second at the second song. All right, guys, let's jump into Ruthlessness, and this will be the last song of the Ocean Saga before we move on to the next one in the next video. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay, so what is this? I really like these. I like these little runs, what's taking place in the background here. Hello. Let's listen to this again. Boom. Okay, I want to know, first of all, what instrument that was doing the runs. Sounds kind of like a bit of a synth, like a pad of some kind. It's just a very artificial sound, so I'm thinking this was some sort of synth or pad played on a keyboard. And this moment is getting ready to get intense, I can tell, and I know I'm going to enjoy it because I started bobbing my head. So let's keep going.
Poseidon.
Okay, so he meets Poseidon. Okay, so we have to back up a little bit. Let's see what all we've got going on in here that I could call out. So I know we have a chorus, a choir singing in the background. Okay, so they're literally just singing Poseidon over and over again. Okay, so they're echoing that part. What else is happening in the music here? We got a pad bass in here somewhere. Maybe some like war drums.
Poseidon,
strings
In
too.
all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off.
There's like a reverberating guitar just doing run after run after run in the background. Oh, that's unique. I really like that. Okay. Listen to this.
Years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off. I try to chill with the waves, but damn, you crossed the line.
And the guitar, it sounds hollow too. So whenever they recorded this, they probably went into the production software when they're editing it, making it sound nice and polished and pretty for official release. They probably pulled back a little bit on the lower and higher frequencies of the actual guitar sound itself, which would create this more hollow sound as if like you were singing into a can or a bucket. But it works really well in this instance because like it's not meant to be upfront and in your face and leading the entire charge, so to speak, in the music. It's just kind of there to maintain some time. But yeah, it's so rhythmic and it's such a cool little part at the same time. So like it's not the star of the show, but it's there for rhythm, timekeeping, and just keeping you on the edge of your seat as a listener.
I've been so gracious, and yet you hurt the son of mine. That's right, the Cyclops you made
Love these, like
is mine. No, I'm left without a choice and without a doubt.
Okay.
Guess the back of wolves are swimming with the shark now. I gotta make you bleed. I need to see.
I really, really like this gritty voice, the person that's playing Poseidon in this. It's such a rich, it's just such a rich grit, and it's like, and it's being done, the grit is being introduced into that voice in what seems to be a healthy way, and it just sounds so fitting for what we're listening to and the kind of animatics we're seeing here. In addition to just the story, like you could just, if you would imagine Poseidon, like you would imagine him having a little bit of grit in his voice. I would imagine, right? Like I would. Let's keep going.
I'm left without a choice and without a doubt. Guess the back of wolves are swimming with the shark now. I gotta make you bleed. I need to see you drown. But before you go, I need to make you learn how ruthlessness is mercy upon us.
Oh man. Okay, so a couple things I want to mention here real quick. So I really am enjoying this grit. I know I've already said that, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's doing a really good job of painting the picture with just the audio too. Like obviously we have the video here, but it's good. It's really good for painting the visuals inside your mind of like who Poseidon is in this story and how he's feeling towards Odysseus. And then you have just these ever changing, like these you've got this really cool just tom drum run from the percussion from this drum kit, and it's keeping time, but it's also adding to the intensity of what's happening because it sounds like Poseidon's getting ready to go off. One more thing. So the echoed voices that you hear in there, they it's likely the same voice that you're hearing that recorded the Poseidon vocals, but when they sing that different part, they take that person's voice, they'll put it in this computer software. It's called a digital audio workstation, and what they probably have done to make it sound like really cavernous and very dark, what they've probably done is really just taken a pitch bender and just bent the sound downward in pitch. So think of it this way. So that's a bit of a bend in pitch, right? So, but if the thing is about pitch bending, if you bend the pitch of a recording, like if you don't do it with your own voice, if you do it with computer software, it has a little bit of trouble doing that accurately. And so the anomaly comes whenever you're bending the pitch in the software, it starts to darken the voice a little bit whenever you're bending a pitch down. So it goes, oh, it starts to sound very cavernous, almost unrealistic, computerized, etc. And for good reason. That's exactly what's happening. Is the computer's bending the sound, but it can't bend the sound like a human. It has to compromise somewhere, like, and so that's pretty much how you achieve that sound anyways. But see, the thing is like, although that wasn't originally intended to be, it wasn't really meant to be an intended feature, but it actually works out really well because it gives this really cool, like, I would say imposing, dreadful effect to a voice whenever it's put in music in a good spot. So if you get like this really cavernous voice, a good example would be the Cyclops Saga. That effect was used quite a bit to really create this cacophony of a crazy, monstrous sound that is the Cyclops voice. And yeah, it does a really good job of creating what sounds like what we would think a monster voice would sound like. Anyway, that was a lot of talking, but let's keep going.
This is mercy upon ourselves. You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great.
This is so
A
good,
Greek
man.
who reeks of false righteousness, that's what I hate.
Ooh.
'Cause you fight to save lives, but won't kill and don't get the job done.
Ooh, man, that's a rough line.
I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son. But no, you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack.
Go on.
Break the ice now. You reveal your name, then you let him live. Unlike you, I've got no mercy left to give. 'Cause ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
It's like, so whenever you hear the drums in the background, you've probably heard the rhythm change a little bit, and it changed from like, so that was their original rhythm, right? And they've changed to like it's like a tougher, it's like a quicker succession of the notes here. And that happens every measure, and it sounds like 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it sounds like it's 6/8 time. So it's da 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 da. Just that, I always talk about it, but variation in music is key to keeping your listeners listening. When you change something, they stay listening.
This is mercy
No matter
upon
how small the change. That little lick right there in the tom drums. Love that little touch.
This is mercy upon ourselves. And now it is finally time to say
You got synth pads in here.
Today you die, unless of course you apologize for my son's pain and all his cries. Poseidon, we meant no harm.
And the music just fades into almost nothing here.
Disarm him. We took no pleasure in his pain.
So, alright, so now that we've got a bit of a story going on in the lead part, but like a lot of the music, the intensity from the music has just kind of disappeared into the void. And now you've just got this really nice, quiet, driving kick drum, and you got a nice little choir in the back, while he's simply telling this story in the form of this verse here.
We only wanted to escape The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible. So
Okay.
close your heart. The world is dark and ruthlessness is die.
Wow. Okay, so the bass bends, like the bass goes down in pitch, and it also decrescendos. The volume goes down, the gain goes down. It's just it gets quieter. It goes ooh, ooh, and it's a really nice little fade out effect here. And then you just have wind.
What have you done? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? 43 left under your.
There's one of those. There's that. Hold on. When does a ripple become a tidal wave? There's one of the earlier motifs from the musical.
43 left under your command. When does a man become a man?
When does a man become a man? There's that other motif.
I am your darkest moment.
Back to acoustic guitar again.
That always draws near. Any last words? All I gotta do is open this bag. What?
Back to war drums again. Okay. Opens the bag. That lady comes out. That descending run from the piano. Remember me. Haha. I think that was another motif, wasn't it? Okay, so this is just a little bit of animation. Folks, that was the next video in my reaction series to Epic the Musical. That wraps up the Ocean Saga. We will be moving on to the next one in line once we see the next video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ethan Drew. I'll focus on interviewing singers here on the channel. I also like to do a little bit of music of my own, and I do a lot of these reaction and analysis videos to help you cultivate that understanding for of music, and I also like to help you grow your appreciation for music through all of my videos, whether it be a reaction analysis video or a song of my own, a cover of my own, or even just listening to your favorite artists talk about their lives and their journeys in music. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you like, drop a comment down below, even if it's just a smiley face. It helps with the algorithm. And if you are wanting to support the channel in a big way without having to feel pressured into financial support, you can hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and if you do want to support me financially, you do have that option. And if you want to do that, you can do it through my Patreon link in the description, where you can support me as little as $1 a month, and you can get some really nice benefits, such as voting on future content. You also get exclusive access to communication with me, handwritten letters, personal phone call for the very dedicated patrons once a year. And yeah, if that interests you, the link is in the description, but I am perfectly fine with you watching and not spending a penny. Your viewership alone helps me in my career here on YouTube more than you know. Thank you again for watching. I love you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today. This video was made possible by patrons like Miss Nancy Flesher. If you are interested in getting shoutouts like this at the end of my videos, make sure you hit the link in my description to go to Patreon, where you have the ability to do so. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I love you. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.